Hello, hello, and welcome back to another beautiful episode of Love It or Shove It, where we talk about relationships, about love, and everything else, whatever is on our hearts and the hearts of everybody who is tuning in. And if this is the first time you are listening to our talk show, my name is Irina Portnova, and I'm all about manifestation. I help you to tap into the inner beauty and also connect with that person that you truly want to experience the best life ever. And I am here with my co-host Bruno Gill. Bruno, say a couple of words about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Bruno, obviously. Hi, Blessing. How are you?
I
Welcome
think
to our talk show.
you're welcome. Thank
Yeah, my name is Bruno. Yeah, of course. I'm a self-love coach. I mainly try to focus on helping women become more confident. By developing some self-love, being authentic, again, having confidence, getting rid of all the shame, the guilt, the blame, if there's any. And yeah, just really speaking up. Get more
Mhm.
confidence, which is very important. Yeah, that's just what I try to do.
Awesome. And we have today our guest, Blessing. Blessing, welcome again. Yesterday we had a powerful conversation in your masterpiece, and we are happy to have you back with us. So just share a couple of words about yourself, since not everybody was watching the episode, and people can just connect with you and know who you are and what you're doing.
Okay, thank you so much for this opportunity. So my name is Blessing Juwah-Adebayo, and I'm a cash flow coach. I coach female entrepreneurs, those who are struggling with attracting premium clients, high ticket clients to their businesses, and also helping them generate consistent income. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be here. Yeah.
Yes, and we are so happy to have you with us. And I love the topic of today, which is building a business while your love life is falling apart. And I know, Blessing, you are the one to come up with this topic. And I was like, yes, heck yes, this is the topic we want to talk, because this is something we haven't covered before.
Yeah.
And now it's the perfect time where we can have that powerful discussion and conversation around it. So, just quick question, why that topic?
Okay. Oh wow. So I love controversial.
Mhm.
I love something that will, spike it, that will bring the
Mhm.
fire, something that will shake tables. So yes, building a business while love life is falling apart is not new to anyone. Anyone who is building a business and is in one relationship or the other should have one ruffle or a kind of ruffle in their relationship. It cannot be all smooth. Yes. I mean, there's no perfect relationship out there. And building a business is hard enough. I mean, putting in your all, your spirit, your soul, your mind, your body, your finances into building something that will, probably outlive you, that your children should continue, and something that should take care of your bills, make you live the life that you so desire, and at the same time, battling with business issues or business battles, you have to battle with your relationship. So
Mhm.
trying to stay consistent, confident, and creative while your love life feels like it's breaking in slow motion. It's not something to, I mean, a lot of people are going through the same thing, and so many people are not speaking. They're
Mhm.
dying silently. People are not talking about how they feel. They are not expressing their emotions. It's more of bottling things up. And that kind of emotional weight, most people never actually talk about. Most of them always say things like being ambitious, cancels being human. I mean, some people use that ambitiousness for their business to cover up hurt, to cover up pain. So they channel that pain that frustration into building a business, not knowing that such kind of channeling can affect relationship between a client and who is the service provider we're talking about here. So it's a very tough conversation that a lot of people have to have within themselves. I mean, I had that conversation with myself at a point in in my life where I was building business, and then I had to struggle with my relationship, struggle with my love life, and I had kids. It was it was a mess because as much as I tried to keep my business up and running, and then I'm not emotionally and mentally stable, it began to affect my creativity, affect the way I respond to my clients. It affected everyone around me, including family, friends. It got to a point where I started feeling like, man, maybe I have to like cut off some people, even family, friends, and all that, just because I don't want to bring them into my mess, not knowing that it was important for me to speak out. It was important for me to look for someone to confide in, to express my grief, and then figure out how can I navigate my emotional life and at the same time build my business. So it's negative. It always has a negative impact, no matter how hard people try. So I've seen people build businesses and their love life or relationship is in shambles. Like it's terrible. You don't want to go into their relationship life or their love life. They do not even have a love life. Some of them are in a messy relationship and then they are building business. So you are looking at them like you are succeeding or you seem to succeed in business, but your personal life, your relationship life is zero. And balance is everything. As much as you are succeeding in business, it's important to succeed in your personal life, your personal growth. It's important to succeed in your relationship, not just love relationship, or at least relationship with people around you, your family, your friends, loved ones around you. So in case one is not, how do I put it, is not lucky with relationship, because there are some people that do not have that luck with relationship. No matter how hard they try, it doesn't just seem to work. So those kind of people should seek solace in developing relationships around them. It might not be love, it could be mutual relationships. It could be relationship with friends or relationship with family. I mean, that symbiotic, it's I call it symbiotic relationship is very healthy and important when building a business. So that's it.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and obviously we are going to go deeper into the discussion, but okay, Bruno, I know you're the youngest one. You haven't been married yet. What is your take on when we talk about building the business while love life is falling apart? What comes to your mind?
Well, I feel like it's a lot of things to deal with at the same time. It's very easy for people to be overstimulated. Um, now, I don't want to be like I don't want to get into like a gender war here, but even on DNA, like men are more prone to know how to deal with stress and deal with trauma and stuff than women are because of all of all the generation and the ancestry. Um, and now we're starting to see like a generation of women who wants to endure that stress, who wants to endure that trauma, who wants to do it all the way by themselves, right? Through divorce, through struggle, through personal issues. I can and I will. I like that a lot. That's fantastic. But it can still be very, very, very detrimental for your health, for your mental health, for your emotional health. And so again, like Blessing was saying, balance is very important, because it's very easy for you to tip off, like for you to just fall, out of the on the floor. Um, yeah, but now I feel like a lot of people sometimes it's very hard to it's very easy to get discouraged, And sometimes like discouragement doesn't come from ourselves. Discouragement comes from the people around us.
Exactly.
And we listen to the people that we shouldn't listen to, right? And then we get discouraged as well, right? Because we lose touch with reality. And so an advice, or something that you can always have in the back of your mind, is that if they don't have the life that you now want, if they haven't built the life that you now want, if they don't possess the things that you now want, sure, before when you met the person, you didn't want those things, right? And maybe that's why you connected so well, right? But now you do, and you have that right, and the person doesn't want to agree with you and believe in you and give you that right as well. No problem. But the person now hasn't built, doesn't have, and doesn't possess the life that you want. So those people, with all fairness, don't deserve to be listened to. And that's it. Maybe they deserve to be listened to, when it comes to other things, things they have experience on. But when it comes to building a business, if they don't have one, well, then 1 + 1 = 2. This is very simple. This is very easy to understand. If they don't have a business, they have no idea what it's like, right? So neither they should be talking, neither you should be listening to them, right? But most importantly, because you cannot control people, you can only control what you do, right? And how you experience your life, you shouldn't be listening to them, right? So that's something that kind of should be done. Another thing is that although you shouldn't be listening to them, they are right. It's taking time. Yes, it is. It's true. It is taking time, of course. They say, yeah, it's taking time, or they say, well, there's no results at the moment. True, there's no results at the moment. And although they're right now, they won't be right in a couple times. And that's the whole goal, right? The whole goal is that you last as long as you can. And then you end up succeeding, right? And then I think, like, in the end, like, you should never do it for other people, like, because Blessing was saying, like, look, you may have a very good business, but then your relationships and your personal life is suffering, right? And you haven't said this, but I will. That can transform into I care more about proving you wrong and destroying you than really, like, thanking you because what you told me pushed me, or because if it wasn't for you, maybe I would have never had that idea of just building a business or wanting to be better because of X, Y, and Z, or ABC, or 1, 2, 3, or whatever it is, right? So another thing would be, like, always see the positives. I think that's very important. What I'm going to say now, it doesn't have much to do with business. It has to do more with sales, which is what I focus on. In sales, to me, is very simple. If I'm gonna focus on the little negatives that won't change my life, won't change my client's life, ain't gonna help me get a sale, and it ain't gonna help my client's business get better, then not only I'm gonna get annoyed, I'm gonna waste my time, I'm gonna waste the people on the other side of the phone's time as well, and at the same time, I'm not gonna get what I want. So what I learned was, like, focus on the positives at all times. Simple, it doesn't matter. And that's what it is. And no matter how bad the days, there will be better days. That's what it is. And like the real true work only depends on you, because it comes to a point where, like, people, oh, I just wish you believed in me, or I just wish this, or I just wish that's, like, what you should really be wishing, or what you could really be wishing, because at the end of the day, it's your choice. What you could really be wishing is that you believe in yourself at all times, because quite frankly, when it comes to, like, you doing your work, that you only really need yourself. Simple. Like, when we talk about, like, building a business,
Yes, I wanted to
let me
add a couple of
let me
points.
finish. Let me finish. Just let me finish. When we talk about, like, building a business, like, we talk about reaching out to people, following up with people. We talk about all those things. Nobody's going to do that for you. You're going to do it yourself, right? So if people don't have to, people are not the ones who are going to do it, right? You are. So them believing in you doesn't matter. What matters is that you believe in yourself, right? So that's the whole point. Yeah. So you can, yeah, go
Yeah,
on.
so I wanted to say something regardless that you said that a man can take stress better than woman. I tend to disagree with that. I don't know what's
Mm.
blessing opinion on that, because
I
honestly,
disagree.
honestly, Bruno, man, when they are focused, not to say anything against the man, but this is how it is. Woman is taking care of the kids. Woman is taking care of the household. Woman, the same woman is taking care of that man. And what does man does do?
Mm.
He just goes to work and comes back. Of course, it seems that it's easy for the man to handle the stress, but because they do not have the same
Mm.
responsibilities that women have, right? So when we
Okay.
take into perspective what women deal with, it's a lot
Mm.
on our shoulders, and just the
Mm.
role that we're carrying between everything, right? Being the parent, being the spouse, being the son or I mean, the daughter, right? So it adds
Mhm.
a lot to our plate, and there are also expectations. Again, who is
Yes.
putting these expectations on us? You can't put expectations on man, because man just brush you off right away saying, listen, like I'm just doing what I'm doing, right? And again, it
Mm.
falls back to women. So I'm here to advocate and to say that women know how to manipulate, I mean, navigate the entire scene and still stay sane without losing it, right? So
Right.
the idea
I want
is,
to add to, sorry,
yes,
I wanted to add to what you said, but when you're done, I'm going to say something. To complement what
yeah,
you said.
yeah, you can say now, because I wanted to move to, like
Okay,
continue.
okay.
Yes.
So, I've had this banter, this same discussion in my home. And this was between myself and my oldest son. He's 15. So he made me understand something, and it opened my eyes. Women are emotionally strong because that's our strength. We are emotionally strong. Men are physically strong. So when it comes to matters of the emotions, women are more absorbing. A woman can go through heartbreak and still build. Doesn't mean it's healthy, but she can still build something. But for a man to go through heartbreak and build something, it's very chaotic because that is not their area of strength. Men are not emotionally strong. They are physically and logically strong. So for when it comes to matters of the heart, they need that woman in their life for balance. They need a woman to support them emotionally, to give them that emotional care. So if
Mhm.
that is missing, like for the woman, we lack strength. We don't have the physical strength. So we need that manliness around us to make us feel safe, to make us know that,
Mhm.
okay, I can
Totally.
navigate this thing. So it's a symbiotic thing. The man needs the woman, and the woman needs the man for that balance. Nobody can do
Mm.
life alone, either man or woman. Nobody can do life alone, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. You can't win that battle because this is something that connects your spirit, your soul, and your body. So when it comes to matters of the heart, one has to be careful. Who are you listening to? Who are you talking to? It's very important. And at the same time, like what Bruno said, Bruno made mention of some people don't believe in themselves. Like you don't believe in yourself, and then you are looking for validation from people. Human beings will mess you up because like what you said, Irina, what you said yesterday, a lot of people, it's not like they wish you bad or don't wish you well when they give you wrong advice. It's from a place of pity. And
Mhm.
unfortunately, such advice is not healthy for you. It will not help you grow. It will not help you make the right decisions. So it's important for every one of us to believe in ourselves. No matter how small, no matter how we can't be so irrelevant. Even if you are not gifted, you're not talented, or maybe you've lost taste of your life, or you feel like you've lost value, there is still something so valuable. You just need to discover it about yourself. And self love is is unnegotiable. It's
Mm-hmm.
unnegotiable. Self love, if you can't love yourself, you can't love another person because you can't give what you don't have. So if you cannot fall in love with yourself, even if no one is there to cheer you up, no one is there to tell you, oh, I love you, why don't you love yourself? Look into the mirror, say beautiful things about yourself, encourage yourself, tell yourself you're going to make it. If no one claps for you, I clap for you. I see you, I see the efforts you make, I see that you're doing wonderfully well. So at this point, it's important for each and every one of us to have a self reflection. What value am I to myself? What relevance am I to myself? It starts with you first before the world can see it. If you can't love yourself, the world will see you that you lack love. And then you begin to attract unloving people. You attract people that will break your heart. You attract people that will mess you up. I mean, it's the universe thing. I think Irina can throw more light on this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love what you shared. And you know what? I just wanted to point out that we were not born to be confident in ourselves. We were not born to believe in ourselves. So it took us the experiences, it took us to be connected to the right people and to be with the right guidance to actually develop that self confidence and believe in ourselves. Because again, as humans, we were not wired this way. And with all the programming that we are carrying from our beliefs system, right? Everybody is doubting themselves. Even like the most successful people still have the doubts. So
Yeah.
the idea is, it's that, like you mentioned yesterday, blessing, it's the environment plays a huge part in it. If you are in the right environment where people support you, with people clapping for you, with people are cheering, even when we have the doubts in ourselves, we always have somebody next to us who is believing in ourselves when we lose that belief, right? So it's
Yeah.
super super important. And I just wanted to give my example, because I have been divorced for, I think it's like my second year coming. So the idea is that when I started to build my business, initially my ex-husband was very excited. He was excited, he was supporting, but once he saw that the things were not moving, he told me, go back to work in the corporate world and you can do it as whatever you are building, because obviously he couldn't understand what this is all about. Like, we were having conversation, he said if that was something relevant to people, people would be like, you would be having a lot of clients. And I remember I told him, because he's the licensed electrician, and I told him, I said, listen, there are a lot of people who have the lights at home, but do they all call you? No, they only call you when they something is broken, right? So the
Mhm.
same thing, it's like we are tapping to our audience. The more we are connected, the more we are searching for the answers, we are receiving these answers. Because again, it's never the lack of the resources, it's the lack of our awareness. And I remember that we had this conversation where he said, hey, I cannot support us anymore if I'm the only one to provide. So he told me, you have to go back to the job. And I told him that he just doesn't really understand what it means to build the business, and the amount of hours spent between learning, between, I had a couple of coaching clients, between learning the marketing, the sales, and continue my education and building that business. It just like literally, there was no time for me to go and have a full-time job and coming back and build something on the side. So at that moment, I just stood in my power and I said, I'm not going to do that. And that was also one of the reasons why we got divorced. And the idea is, this is true, as Blessing mentioned, that when people are not on the same page, when one is building and another person is on the other side of it, right? It's
Yeah.
very easy to be disconnected, because it's like one person doesn't understand what the other person is going through, right? That's why it's great when there are two people who are building, because now they are there to cheer each other, now they are there to support each other, now they are there to understand that growth takes time, but this is the beauty, because who we become in the process even values more once we even reach what we want, right? So the idea is that yes, a lot of relationships crashing, and not only when people are starting to have their own businesses, even when people are doing this self growth. Because once the person starts on that path of self discovery, they are not happy anymore with what they have. They stop
Mm,
being content, because now it's like somebody just removed the blindfolds and you see clear, and it's like shining the light on the things that you were trying to push aside, and now everything becomes so obvious, and you're like, like starting questioning everything. Am I working with the right people? Am I in the right relationship, right? Now you are not afraid to ask these questions, because now you are on that beautiful path of discovery, and you know that the more you discover, the more you are connecting with what really makes your heart sing, the more you're not going to settle. Because a lot of people are settling in life, whether this is in a relationship or in career or in their business, right? So the idea is there is no time to settle. The life is given to us to live to the fullest. And we want to connect to that truth and understand that, yes, and you're right, Blessing, because building business takes time. And for me, I also did not have much time to attend to the family as I was building, because I was very focused on what I was doing. And again, it takes the understanding partner, it takes the supporting partner to be with the person and kind of not blame, and not trying to get the exit out, right? And again, if these things are happening, it's all for the blessing, because again, as we are growing, so our environment is also upgrading, right? So we stepping into another frequency. The way I say it, you're tapping into another reality. So in that reality, some people are just naturally falling off because they do not fit into that reality with their beliefs, with their thoughts, with their behavior, right? And a lot of people probably building that, whoever is going to listen to this episode, they are building, and their love life falls apart. But I just wanted to give the encouragement that nothing is wrong with you. Just, like it's happening because you finally tap into something that really gives you the life, something that is meaningful, something that gives you purpose, something that is fulfilling you. But it doesn't mean that you're always going to struggle. Once like once one person is coming out of your life, there is another person that coming into your life, right? So it's all about just giving yourself permission to explore and do not shrink in that experience. What do you think, guys?
yeah, you said it all, really. I wanted to expand more on the fact that building a business alone can take time, but building a business with someone who aligns with your vision, someone who understands what you're building, it's you succeed faster, you go further. You know, my Bible tells me, if I mean, one can chase 1,000, but two can put 10,000 to flight. Now, I'm talking from personal experience. So let me just share a little of my own story. I and my husband, we've been married for almost 11 years now. And at a point in the marriage, we began to have problems. The major issue with the relationship was that there was lack of communication, serious breakdown in communication. And at that point, we began to mind our businesses. So you do your thing, I do my thing. Don't come close to me, don't disturb me. And at that point, unknowing to us, it was bringing in cracks in the relationship. And before you knew it, we were seeking divorce. I moved out. I mean, we were seeking divorce. So the thing is, when it comes to communication in any relationship, it is very important. It is the foundation of any relationship. As a matter of fact, I don't see any relationship that cannot work. If you get communication right, there is no relationship that cannot work. Communication means I hear you out without any sense of judgment. You hear me out without any sense of judgment. And then we come to a compromise. Not you forcing me to do what you want me to do, or me forcing you to do what I want you to do, or making each other uncomfortable in our relationship. Why are we in a relationship? For me to take care of your emotional needs, for you to take care of my emotional needs. So when it becomes less of me and more of you, that is when the relationship becomes healthy. Why am I in the relationship? I'm not in the relationship to take care of me. I'm in the relationship to take care of you. You are in the same relationship to take care of me. So I should get your back and you should have my back. You look after me and I look after you. So at that point, when that is where it dies to self. That is when this relationship thing, that's when someone dies to self. Now at that point, you are looking out for the good, the benefits of this person, not wishing the person ill or wishing the person wrong, or wishing the person bad luck or something. So if communication can be healthier in relationships, it helps not just in the relationship, it makes each person healthy. It affects the health. Because if someone is sad and the person is, not able to express his or her own hurt, like the person is going through emotional problems, and then the person can't come out to say, oh, this is exactly how I feel. Who can I talk to? Can I talk to my partner? Can I confide in my partner without the partner judging me? Because that's where there is always problem. So it's important for both parties to deal with the part of communication. Building a business is very stressful. But when you have someone to run to say, oh, it aches here, it aches here, I can't feel this, and this is how I feel, it hurts here. And then the person is there to lift you up when you are down. That's the sweetest thing in relationships. So I just thought,
Absolutely. Bruno, do
Yes.
you want to say something?
Yeah, no, for sure. No, I was listening to you guys. No, you're right. No, it's true. I mean, I was just listening to what you guys had to say. I was just observing. Yeah, I mean, just like Blessing was saying now, like, obviously building a business can be very stressful. And, it's like in stressful times, you need each other. And, if you don't have each other in stressful times, something has to happen. And one is going and one is staying, right? And either the one who stays is the partner with the business, or one is going, meaning the partner is going and the business is staying, but the business is always staying. And I guess that just shows, in some level, I mean, from the positive side, it just shows how serious you are about your life. If you're willing to let go of the person you once married because you know what's best for you and you're willing to choose yourself, well, then that's fantastic, really. Um, and yeah, I mean, you can keep on, really. I'm not going to interrupt you, really. But yeah, you can keep on going for like.
Bruno, Bruno, I understand where Bruno is. So the thing is, I just it there's no wrong decision when it comes to relationship. Actually,
Mm,
there's no wrong
mhm,
decision because at a point in my life, I chose me. Yes, at a
mm,
point in my life, I chose me. I chose my
right.
kids over marriage. Like I threw it to the winds. So
Exactly.
the most important thing here is your peace, your sanity. And anything that threatens your sanity and your peace is not worth it. Because how can an insane person build business? How can someone who is emotionally traumatized build a successful business? It's not possible. I've never seen it work anywhere.
Mhm.
I mean, even the most successful people right now, though I know some of them are divorced and some of them are still married, all boils down to peace of mind and sanity. And at the end of the day, as much as you are pouring into someone, there is still that level of selfishness. We are all human. We are naturally selfish.
Yep.
By
True.
default, every human being is selfish. So if you are falling in love with someone or someone is falling in love with you, as much as the love is, so at peak, this person excites you, there is still a level of selfishness. There's something about that person that you want so deeply that you do not want to share with anyone
Mm.
else. So
Right.
at that point, it still boils down to self love. It still
Right.
boils down to choosing you. So
Hmm.
choosing you as a single person is very important. As a matter of fact, you need to be single enough to enjoy a relationship so that you don't have your baggage, you don't put your baggage on people. Everybody has baggage, emotional baggage. And then you are in a relationship and you're putting all your baggage on someone else when the other person has his or her own baggage too.
Mhm.
So deal with your baggages, deal with your demons, fight your battles, win first before you want to fight other people's battles, especially when
Hmm.
it comes to marriage. Oh, marriage is something else. Like, that's marriage is another topic for another day. It's deep.
Yeah, I love everything what we were talking about. So let's just give a couple of tips. So building the business while your love life is falling apart again, like it's not just the sentence, it's just the season. So I would invite everybody to kind of focus what is the priority and what is important. And if you can't really find that support and understanding with the person who are you with, so just understand that, yeah, that's the time to choose you. That's the time to just connect with you with something that gives you life and fulfillment. And you know that the right person is coming your way, because that's exactly how it is. And if you can actually talk to the person again, like you mentioned last, and the communication, but communication takes two. You can't be the only one in communication while the other person is in a denial, right? So the idea is, if two people are willing to sit down and listen to each other without blame, without just pointing fingers, and with just being unconditional love, right? When you know what, we are not perfect, but we accept each other because we have that unconditional love for each other, then everything is solvable. And understanding that it's always great to have that partner who supports, who cheers for you, even though when the whole world is against you. That's the whole beauty of the true love and partnership. But again, if it's not working, then it's not working, and there is nothing to blame yourself, but basically understand that not every relationship meant to be safe. And you just sit down with yourself and ask yourself, do I want to stay or do I want to go? And this is something you want to keep asking yourself until you hear the clear answer. And again, I invite not to be afraid of anything, because the fear is something that does not allow us to bring greatness into our life, because we are sometimes holding on too tight to what we know and what we're experiencing, and we are not allowing ourselves to step into that unknown zone where actually the magic happens. Just know that every change is going to open the new door for you. And if you choose business, and if this is something that gives you love and life, just choose your business. Because if you have the right partner, that partner would understand you, that partner would support you, that partner would not walk away from you. And if that person does that to you, that means he's not your partner. All right. Anybody else wanted to wrap it up, to say something?
Oh yeah, I have something to say. So I want to just drop this, the hidden gift inside heartbreak that can unlock deeper purpose and power. Talking about pain, pain has a strange way of making us up. It has a strange way of refining us. Heartbreak, whether it's a breakup or growing apart or just feeling unseen, forces us to reevaluate everything about our lives. Now, when it comes to reevaluating our lives, I'm talking about our worth, our voice, our mission. And sometimes pain strips away who we pretend to be. So a lot of us put on this cloak and we smile and make people feel, oh, life is rosy, life is sweet, whereas a lot is going deep down inside. So sometimes pain strips away who we pretend to be and gives birth to who we always are meant to become. So the version of you who rises after a heartbreak, who rises after pain, I call it the most dangerous. Do you know why? Because you have gone through refinement, you have gone through fire. You become more focused, you become more magnetic because you have gone through what a lot of people are probably about to go through. So you have a wealth of experience. So I have a couple of strategies to work with. Number one, use this emotional season of your life. If you're going through heartbreak, you're going through pain or emotional um, roller coaster, use this emotional season to redefine your boundaries, not just in relationships, but also in your business. You need to make boundaries clear enough. Number two, write down your pain and experiences, turn them into rawness, into powerful, relatable content. If you have an online business, you post about it, talk about. As a matter of fact, the best way to heal to heal in pain, to heal out of pain or come out of pain very fast is to talk about it, not just keeping it to yourself. So if you can write it down, probably you don't like your face on screen, you don't want to have videos and all that. You can have a journal, write it down, turn it into a powerful, relatable content, and then use your experience to fuel a new version. Ask yourself, what would I build if I were no longer afraid of losing anyone? What
Mm-hmm.
can I do with my pain? What can I build with this heartbreak? Who can I teach? Who can I help with my experience so that I can help people heal? And the funny thing about helping people through heartbreak, through pain, even while going through pain, is you are healing together. It
Mm-hmm.
helps you
Totally.
heal faster than keeping it to yourself or wanting to fight that battle alone. It's important to find someone you can confide in, talk to the person, air out your pain, your grievances, and then if you can come around people who can lift your spirit, who can encourage you, and probably people you can help going through the same thing you're going through, and you grow together, you heal together. It is healthier to build a business if you are totally healed emotionally than building a business. For me, there was a point in time in my life where I had to stop my business because I couldn't focus, I couldn't build. When I think about, oh, I have to do this in my business, and then my mind goes to my ex, my relationship, and all that, my whole world comes crumbling down. And I'm like, I could have actually done better with what I'm doing if I was with someone who understood me, who understood what I was building. And at a point, I had to halt the business because I got lost. I didn't even know my way anymore. So I have an experience with, building businesses with Building a business while you are emotionally stable, which is why I have put up a program. It's a workshop. I'm sorry, Irene, I just needed to
Yeah,
cheat this.
that's fine. Yes, yes.
So this workshop is basically to help female entrepreneurs who are building online businesses, because the thing is, the greatest revenge in life is a thriving business, a healthy mind, and clients who pay you what you're worth. So if you are tired of playing small, settling for low paying clients and feeling invisible, this is the time to shift. So this program is a fantastic program. If you're part of it, you will walk away with the clarity and confidence to finally raise your prices as a female entrepreneur, sell without fear, and attract premium clients who respect and pay for the transformation you bring. Now, you cannot do that if you have not understood who you really are as a human being. You do not believe in yourself. You do not know exactly what you offer as a service. And so, in this program, I'm teaching female entrepreneurs how to charge more and sell confidently. And I'm teaching three powerful frameworks that we are going to be implementing to start making money. We have put up a price tag, $10,000, for everyone to raise with their businesses. And the three frameworks, I just want to talk a little about them. Number one is believability. This is about shifting how you see yourself. If deep down you don't believe it's possible for you to earn more, you'll keep playing small, even if you have all the right tools, you have it all. So first, we help you see yourself differently, which is very important, because until you believe you are capable, nothing else works. Your business can't work. And then the second framework is visibility. You can't get paid if nobody knows you exist, nobody sees you. This part is about finally showing up online in a way that connects, that attracts, and positions you as the one to pay. No more hiding, no more second guessing yourself. You get seen by people who are ready to pay. And then trustability. Nobody buys from who cannot be trusted. If you are not trusted, people will not pay, people will not buy from you. So we're going to make sure your content, your offers, your messages, your presence creates confidence and credibility. This is what makes a stranger go from "I like her" to "I'm ready to work with her." And then I have implementation. You're not going to do this alone. We're going to be doing this together. No more sitting on just strategies. This is a part where you actually move from where you are to hitting targets that you have not hit in your business. You have a simple system to apply everything you're learning quickly and clearly, so you can start seeing results in real time, not just in your notes, right? So, and the last one is progress tracking. This is about doing, this is about results. So, everyone that is going on that is going through this program, we're going to be on a 30 days challenge, a 30-day challenge here to generate $10,000 using what they will learn in that program. You will know what to do and how to do it and how to measure your progress. So it's basically on results. So for those
Okay.
that are interested, yeah, I would love them to be part of
Okay,
it.
yes. So thank you so much. It was a great episode. I just wanted to say thank you again, Blessing, for
You're
coming in
welcome.
today and for having this powerful conversation. And for everybody, just, ask yourself the powerful question. If you really grow in your business and if you have that supporting partner next to you, and if not, maybe there is a time for you to have the real conversation with that partner. All right. Thank you so much and
Thank
see you
you
on
so
the
much
next
for having
episode. Bye.